Welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, the podcast that empowers you to start taking control of your life and unlock your full potential. I'm Sanj, and today we're going to be unraveling the mysteries behind overthinking and discovering its effects on our minds and our lives. And the best part is I'll share 5 powerful ways to break free from its grasp and live with clarity, peace, and productivity. Today, we're delving into the fascinating world of overthinking. So let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself trapped in a whirlwind of thoughts, analyzing every single decision you make? Oh, the joys of overthinking. Have you ever gone into a negative thought spiral when someone said something along the lines of, "We need to talk"? You find yourself thinking about all the bad things that they can say. You start living all these scenarios in your head, and before you know it, the worst case scenario is you're single, no job, and about to be kicked out of your house. But instead of making a choice and moving forward, your mind just becomes a playground for the endless what if scenarios. We've all been there, right? Let me know, what is the biggest overthinking spiral you went down and what caused it. For me, I found that I would always overthink. I was a big overthinker. No matter what happened, I was always coming up with what if scenarios. But you manage to realize that actually, when you start building your self confidence, you start having more faith that whatever happens, you will start to believe in yourself. You know that you can handle it. And that's what happened to me. When I built up my self confidence, I noticed that the overthinking calmed down a little bit because I had more faith in myself. I had more belief in myself. I had more confidence in myself. So, yes, sometimes I would go down the negative spiral, but it was a lot less than what it was. Here's the thing. Overthinking, it can be like a thief in the night. It can steal our joy, our time, and our energy. So, before we get into how we can stop this, let's dive into some of the reasons why we're overthinking and the effects that it actually has on us. The first reason that we actually start overthinking is because of this whole fear of failure. It's a powerful one. It's one we overthink because we're just scared of making the wrong decision. We're scared of that decision leading to failure or disappointment. But we never think about it as a fact as failure is a stepping stone towards growth, towards learning, towards success. So that fear of failure is not actually as bad as we think. But because we do have that fear, we start to overthink like crazy the moment we know that it could go negatively. The second reason we overthink is because of what we like to say, our perfectionism. It's a big excuse. We always say, "Oh, yeah, I'm a perfectionist," and we overthink because we want everything to be just right. But what we don't realize is striving for that perfection, it can be paralyzing and it can be preventing us from taking action. It can be holding us back in life because rather than let go of the need for perfection and embrace the progress, we don't want to do that because we're scared of, again, the fear of failure and what other people may say about us. So we need to start seeing each step forward as a victory rather than an issue where something could go wrong or something isn't perfect. We should embrace those imperfections. Imperfections are what makes everything unique. It's what makes you who you are. And the third reason that we start overthinking is we've got this comparison conundrum. And as well, it's been well documented, comparison is the thief of joy. We overthink so much because we compare ourselves to others and we question whether we measure up against them. But we don't seem to think actually we're all unique in our own way. We all got our own journey and our own strengths. And we may be comparing our step 1 to their step 10. they're not on the same level as us because they're well ahead, or they may have had a different journey to take. They may have had different paths which have helped them, and we're trying to take it a different route. So we have to be mindful that actually we need to realize that we have our own unique journey. And so rather than comparing to them, just think to ourselves, actually, if they can do it, I can do it too. So those are three of the reasons why we overthink. But now, three of the reasons how it affects us and our lives and our minds is the first thing it leads to is mental exhaustion. Overthinking can be so mentally draining. It's like running a marathon without a break. It depletes our energy, it leaves us feeling fatigued. I mean, how many times have you come out of an exam feeling exhausted and you haven't done anything physical, just mentally you are exhausted because your brain has used so much energy while you sat that exam? And it's the same as what overthinking does to you. It will leave you feeling lethargic and tired. The second thing is when we overthink, it also causes us to become indecisive because decision making is then made into an endless loop. We can't decide what is the right path for us, and so we can't move forward confidently. Which again, we go, should we take the left path or should we take the right path? But what we need to do is we just need to actually have that confidence in ourselves to choose a path. And the third effect it has is missed opportunities. Overthinking means that we will sit there and we will play every scenario out in our mind, and the time that takes while we're stuck in our thoughts, life has kept moving and chances will pass us by. And it's a shame that we are just stuck in our heads for too long, and some of the opportunities we've missed have come, gone, and then we later regret them. But don't worry, here are now 5 easy, quick, and simple to implement ways which you can use to escape the clutches of overthinking and reclaim some of that clarity, peace, and decisiveness in your life. The first one is to practice mindfulness. When you practice mindfulness, it helps you become aware of your thoughts and it brings you back to the present moment. Just a few minutes practicing mindfulness, doing a short meditation to ground yourself will make a significant difference. The second thing is set time limits to make decisions because Parkinson's law states that a task you have will take up the allotted time. So if you don't allot a time limit, it can take forever to make that decision. So set yourself a time limit to make the decision. Trust your instincts, listen to your gut, and remember that there is no perfect decision. If you make the wrong one, then the next one you make will just have to be a correction of it. The third thing, take breaks. When you find yourself overthinking, take a break, go for a walk, exercise, do something to shift your focus, to change your train of thought from the overthinking to anything else, something that gives you joy, something that gives you peace, something that just gets your mind off whatever it was that you were focusing on. The fourth one is journal your thoughts. When you write down your thoughts and concerns in a journal, it can help process your feelings and gain clarity because you're looking at things from a different perspective. You're looking at it from a third party perspective, and it can help you rethink things, it can help you prioritize things, and it can help put things in perspective for you. And finally, is embrace good enough. This is for when you're constantly working to perfectionism. Embrace the idea that good enough is enough. Perfection isn't necessary for progress and growth. When you realize that good enough will suffice, when you realize that actually you can release whatever it is, you can open that, you can share that piece of artwork, you can share your music, whatever you want to get out into the world, It doesn't have to be perfect. Good enough will get you started. It will get the ball rolling and you can start building up momentum. So there you have it. Those 5 tips. Number 1, practice mindfulness. Number 2, set time limits for decisions. Number 3, take breaks. Number 4, journal your thoughts. And number 5, embrace that good enough. Thank you for joining me today on another episode of Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. If you've enjoyed it, please comment below on your biggest lesson from the episode. I genuinely want to make a positive impact on the world, and I sincerely hope that you can help me do this by sharing this podcast with others. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. Master it, and you'll master your life.